Welcome everybody to season 5, episode 15 of Oz Media's Motivate Me 313 podcast. Today we have a great topic ready to get this show on the road today, and looking forward to some familiar faces and new faces on the show. Today's topic is how to talk to parents without fighting. And of course, we have to bring the right people for the right topics. Let's start off with little big bro Yusuf T on the back on the ones and twos. You know, we always got to give him a shout out and introduce him. We appreciate him. To the right, let's start off with Mr. Ali. He's in the building. Go ahead and give him a round of applause. All right. Next to Ali, we got not a new member on the show, but, you know, a familiar face, and that's Noor. Shout out to Noor. He's back in the building. He did so good, we had to do a part 2 with him. And then to the left, we got Big Sal, 80 pounds on the scale. I like my
Okay.
All right, shout out to Big Sal. We did not plan our outfits, by the way. I promise you, we did not plan this. He just showed up looking like his uncle. And then next to Big Sal, we got Akram. So go ahead and give a round of applause to Akram. And then, of course, you got your host, Omar T. I am here. Looking forward to a great show. But before we even discuss everything, I do want to say you can follow us on all of our socials. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Apple, and Spotify podcasts, all under Oz Media. You can find all of our platforms on our website at ozmedia313.com. Shout out to the sponsors, Juice Box, Holy Bowly, Wingfellas, Beit El Mocha, Chill Box, Melika Kebab, Hanley International Academy, The Family Doc, GEE Preparatory Academy, and Royal Kebab. Yusuf, let's go ahead and give a shout out to Royal Kebab. We appreciate them and their support. We haven't given them a shout out in a long time. Yesterday, we had our holiday party for our workplace in the city of Hamtramck, and guess who catered for free? That was Royal Kebab. Shout out to Murtada. Shout out to everybody over there at Royal Kebab. Guess who's back? Back again. Royal Kebab is back. Tell a friend. Yes, that is right. The restaurant that you all have been dying for to open back up is officially back operating in Hamtramck. Royal Kebab offers the same mouth-watering Middle Eastern dishes as their sister company, Melika Kebab. You can order their lamb over rice, combo platters, shish platters, shawarma sandwiches or plates, fattoush and tabbouleh salads, all at the newly renovated Royal Kebab restaurant located on Kniff Street in Hamtramck, Michigan. So be sure to check out their website, royalkebab.com, before you make your next order and see why so many people have been raving about this restaurant. All right, so we are officially back. And for those that don't know, you know, at Oz Media, you know, we do community shows like this one, but we also do a sports show. So we're huge sport fans. And the cool thing is that we have at least 3 of these young fellas that are in the building today who played for Dearborn Stars Middle School's basketball team. Unfortunately, they got to the championship, but they ended up losing in the championship. But still, it was nice and fun to watch them. I watched about 3 of their games in the season. So, you know, when I say introduce yourself, maybe just, you know, say your name, you know, what grade, and then I want you to tell me how you felt like the basketball season went. And yes, Ali, we can start off with you. He's over here pounding his chest like, start with me, all right? So go ahead, Ali, talk to us.
So, my name is Ali Ajourche, and grade 8, 8th grade. And I think it went pretty good going in the championship game. But during the championship game, I think we all, just after we lost a few possessions and they scored on us, we all, like, didn't think about it. We were just ball hogging, going up to the basket, missing layups, not what we're supposed to be doing.
Yep. So overall, do you consider your season a successful season?
Yes.
Okay. Noor Qayed, shout out to Noor. I mean, I kind of said your first and last name for you there, but you can still do it if you want to. And I know this is not your first time on the show, but just in case we have some new listeners, tell us who you are, what grade you are, and then tell us how the season went in your perspective.
All right, so my name is Noah Cade, and I'm in 8th grade. I go to Star International Academy, and I had a great season this year. It was way better than last season. This season, I know it's pretty embarrassing, but I scored my first point, and I'm glad we made it to the championships. Last year, our record was bad, but this year our record was way better. And even though we still lost the championships, we still tried, and that's all that matters.
I like that, Noor, man. I'm proud of you, man. And you know, sometimes it's good to play sports just for the activity, learning how to move around and staying healthy. So it's not always about being that guy. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to always be that guy to continue with your athletics because I think learning how to play sports it's gonna go past your time in high school where let's say your friends want to do a pickup game when y'all older. You go in there and you'll be playing with guys who have never played before because you'll see like your friends that never hooped, they'll start hooping when they leave high school, and just it's just nice to always be active. So do you consider this season a successful season for Star?
Yes.
Okay, shifting it over to Big Sal, 80 pounds on the scale. I like my hot top fade. All right. Shout out to Sal. Tell me, tell the audience that is your name, what grade, and then talk about the season and how it ended.
My name is Sal Thabet. I'm in 8th grade. I feel like our basketball season, this year was really better than last year because last year we're like 1-13. This year we're like 4-6. I feel like we're moving the ball good. We're shooting good. Everything. Our center was like all right. In championship, I feel like we all gave up because they started getting our heads saying y'all suck and everything. So we all got mad. We weren't really like, focused in the game.
Okay.
I feel like all right.
All right. So do you consider your season a successful season?
Yes.
Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and end it off with Akram. Now, Akram, you didn't play this year, but I still want you to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you like doing? And then you said you watched some of their games, so maybe if you want to just share about what you've seen from that team this year. So go ahead, Akram.
My name is Akram Haimed. I'm in 8th grade. And then I really love playing soccer.
Okay.
And then from what I saw from this year's basketball team was way better than last year's. But like him, they ball hug a lot.
Oof.
Yeah.
Can we get an air horn, Yusuf, right quick? Yusuf even had his eyes pop open too. So listen, I'm gonna go from my perspective now, okay? Because I watched 3 games. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was your number 1 fan. I mean, obviously, I think your dad, Sal Thabet, was like the only male figure that was probably at every single game, and so he can give a better perspective. But with that said, I don't think that Ali and Sal ball hogged a lot. I think they did what they were supposed to do on a team that they had. Ali and Sal probably gave the team their best chance of scoring because of their abilities. Now, not to be hyping up Ali and Sal because you don't think y'all was the sweetest hoopers out there. Okay, y'all are solid. But if I was a coach, yeah, they shot the ball maybe sometimes a little too much. But if I was a coach, my offense would be running through those 2 players because they give us the best opportunity to score a basket. Now, what I would have really worked hard on with them was getting closer to the basket and scoring because I felt like a lot of times they were settling when you can be driving, maybe getting fouled, use your bodies. You guys got, y'all not little skinny, bony little kids. So y'all could have maybe got in there, got aggressive, and got a couple easier baskets rather than always pulling up and shooting. But overall, y'all did what y'all have to do. Some young fellas like to call a ball hogging. Listen, at the end of the day, you give the ball to other teammates. They're turning the ball over. I'd rather get a shot up than turn the ball over. So they were shooting it. They had the green light. They were confident. It is what it is. That's part of the game. Now, I do want to say this, though, before we move on to the real topic, okay? One thing that bothered me about Sal and Ali was that they talked back to the referees, and Ali, you talked back to your coach. And Sal, I know you do it too. I probably didn't catch you this last game, but I know you do it too. The fact that you were talking back to the referees. That is an automatic no-no. Ask any of my players, because I used to coach middle school, okay? I would be the worst coach when it came down to talking to the referees. I would do it respectfully, but I would do it loud. I'm a loud person. I get very passionate. I don't mean to. Sometimes I just get loud, and referees sometimes didn't like it. And so referees used to punish me for it because I'm getting loud. So they won't call a foul or they won't do this to get me even more mad. So that's when I really used to get frustrated. I've gotten kicked out of games before. I got in technicals in games before. I would tell my players to never talk to the referees. That's my job. That's not your job. And today's topic about respecting your parents or not fighting with your parents, whatever it is, that's my whole motto of today. It's not just your parents, it's your elders. What we're noticing as adults is this respect for elder thing is not happening as much as it used to be. You know, I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm sitting in the front seat. I'm 33 years old. If my older brother is driving and my other older brother is coming in the car, I'm stepping out of the car and going to the back seat, even at 33 years old. It's very simple. You carry yourself with that respect for an elder, respect will come your way too. And you should demand it when you are an elder. Don't let these young fellows go around here yelling at you. As soon as you talk back to your coach, you're sitting for the rest of the game. I don't care if it's the first minute of the quarter. I'm sitting you for the rest of the game. We lose, we lose. Ask Zach, my brother. We were in the semifinals of a huge game that we probably would have won with him. He got caught doing backflips that day in the school, in the hallway. He was doing backflips. Suspended for the game. We lost by 3 points. Zach was our point guard. We would have easily probably won the game. Hurts me till this day because we probably would have won the championship. But that was his decision, not mine. He made the decision to do backflips in the hallway. So listen, guys, I'm not trying to talk about this too long. My point is, that's what today's topic is about, respecting your elders. Never talk back to the coach and never talk back to the referees. Guys, your referee is the guy who has the whistle and making calls. Do not get on his bad nerves. Do not get on his bad side. You want him on your side. We was on the sideline trying to defend you, Ali. We were cracking jokes with the referee just so that, you know, they can still be like, you know, these are some cool dudes. And whenever there's that 50-50 call, let's say you think you got fouled. You don't think a referee takes that into consideration? Sal, do you think when you talk back to a referee and then you go up for a layup and it looked like you got fouled, you don't think the referee in his head's thinking like, I ain't calling that. He was talking back to me 5 minutes ago. They do. You want to know why they do? You know how I know why they do? Because they're human beings. You know, I used to referee. I was caught up in situations like that. Well, let's say like somebody was talking back to me and I'm like, man, you know what? Anytime there's that 50-50 call, it can go either way. I ain't giving you that call. You're disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's move on. All right? Because it's not about me right here. It's about you guys. The show. That is. All right? So let's start off with, what is one rule in your house that you think is unfair and why? Remember, today's topic, I'm going to repeat it again, is about how to talk to parents without fighting. I mean, that's the title. Really, it's all about respecting your parents. That's what today's topic is about. So, what is one rule in your house? Akram, I'm starting with you, by the way. I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
Okay.
And by the way, don't say something that's going to get you in trouble later on by your parents or something. It could be something that's universal. Every kid has a rule, you know, like the same. You know, I don't want y'all to get in trouble. They end up calling me like, what? You know what I'm saying? So what is one rule in your house that you think is totally unfair and why?
To be honest, there isn't any unfair rules. I think my parents are like always right.
Here we go. That boy, I'm trying to get some cool whatever call back. So no, I'm joking. Go ahead and say your answer, man. I wish I started off with Sal. Sal Thabet pulled out a list from his pocket. Go ahead, Akram. I'm sorry.
So there's one rule, like all my friends go out, but like I don't go out. I don't really go out.
Okay. Like as in outside to play in the park
Yeah,
or something?
yeah.
So your parents do not let you go to the park or anything?
Sometimes,
Okay.
but not really.
But they're strict on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Why do you think that's unfair? You want to go out there and enjoy yourself too, just
Yeah.
like your friends are?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I respect that. How about you, Big Sal? What you got for us, Big Sal?
I have nothing. My parents are good.
Sal, please.
Okay.
This is a show. This is a time to talk. Okay, we don't need fake Sal. We want real Sal. Okay, what's one rule that you wish that maybe can be changed or at least adjusted? Maybe it's like, hey, you got to go to bed by 10 o'clock. You rather want 11, or you got to go to bed by 9. You know, it's just something. This is a podcast, guys. We're not about to sit here and be like, oh, good job. Look, good job. Let's move on, all right? We want y'all to talk. We want y'all to have conversations, okay? So what's one rule, Big Sal?
When I hang out with my friends, I come back home like at 9. I want to come back home like at 11 or 10.
Ew.
So you want to come back home from hanging out with your friends like around 10, 11 o'clock, but your dad tells you that you have to be home by 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you don't agree with, I mean, you wish that was a time switch?
Yeah, like if I'm older.
Okay. As you get older. Okay. There's nothing wrong with it, guys. We're talking. You know what I'm saying? We're talking. It's not like your parents are probably going to listen to you guys. They're just, you know, we're just having conversations. Noor, go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest, but my mom and dad, they all make sure that they're very lenient on me. So all the rules in the house are all
Respectable.
Yeah, respectful. I don't really have a rule that I don't like.
I remember last show we talked about social media, and you said you don't go on social media. Your
Yeah.
mom doesn't let you.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Not that. Would that be something that maybe sometimes interests you to go on social media? Sometimes.
Not really, cause I've been so used to it that I don't really need social media now, since I've been used to the life I've been living.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really need it.
Okay. Okay. And Akram, you over there laughing. You know the camera when it's on you, it's on both of y'all. So that laughing is all get the smiling. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we got one camera on both of y'all, so y'all both in it. But Akram, I'm sorry, Akram, Ali. Apologize, Ali. Ali, what is a rule maybe that you wish that is changed or is unfair?
I think a rule that is unfair for me. My parents usually like put my phone in their room by 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I usually think like I want my phone at 8 because most of the time I'm not using it like during the afternoon, like 5 o'clock. And then the only time I can use it is when they take it. So then I just think that I should just keep my phone maybe like far from my bedside so I don't go on it a lot. But I think I should just keep my phone after 8 o'clock.
Do you know why they do that?
I think she was talking about you get better sleep when you don't like see like UV light
Yeah.
before you sleep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to wrap this up quickly. Each question with my final responses, and with the late stuff or going out stuff. Obviously, you're at home, you're safe, right? Staying up late. Usually, the later you out, the more problems that can occur. Dumb decisions are made late at night. You decide to do something you're not supposed to do late at night, and so therefore come home at this time to avoid those dumb situations. Social media. Obviously, we talked about that last show. And then for you, it's not just the ultraviolet rays or whatever it is that you said. It's also, when your brain is consuming so much information, when it's time to it's hard to just tell your brain to shut it off when you're about to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're laying down now, you put your phone down, and I'm talking because I'm that person who's on his phone up until it's time to go to sleep. So it's hard to be like, hey, brain, shut off. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go to sleep. It usually takes you another 30 minutes, maybe to another hour of tossing and turning because your brain is trying to still consume all the things you were just reading or listening to or whatever it is. So that's why, especially for kids who are going to school that need that specific amount of time of rest to get ready for the next day, it's a great idea for them to turn off your phones. And again, being on your phone that late, like what good comes from it? I was on the show with these guys, and I said I'm not even a fan of middle schoolers having social media. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So that's why I just give you guys an understanding of why your parents are probably doing that. So, Sal, what is the most annoying thing a parent can do while you are trying to talk to them?
Call me off. Like when I'm talking, like we're gonna go like back to back. When I'm trying to talk, like they get cut off. But like cut me off.
How about you, Noor?
I'd say the same thing as Sal when
Make sure you're talking in the microphone, Noor, because it'll be louder. Yeah.
I'd say the same thing as Sal when they're trying to cut you off because all you're trying to do is let them hear what you're trying to say from your perspective. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
How about you, Ali?
I would also say cut me off, but sometimes when like we're going back to back, they bring up like the past things that I've done about like whatever situation I was in, and then they try to like backfire on me
Yeah.
and talk about it.
Good points. No, those are all great points. How about you, Akram?
I would say the same about what Noah said. Like they cut me off, but like I can't explain anything, cause from my perspective, like, you know,
So let me ask you this, Akram. When you say that you can't explain like your side or your perspective, how does that like make you feel when you're not understanding where I'm trying to come from, but you're not even allowing me to say what I need to say? Like, how does that make you feel?
makes me like mad, cause I've been like trying to say something, but like my parents cut me off, so like I don't know, like then they're gonna get mad at me the whole time. That they're gonna take my stuff.
Yeah,
So like I can't explain myself. Mm,
it's frustrating.
yeah.
Good answers. Listen, I got nothing much to say to that one because it's just more so this was your opinions on this question right here. So it's the cutting off and also bringing back old stuff. When y'all say this stuff, by the way, it's reminiscent of me as a growing up as a kid too, and all that stuff did happen as well. So, Noor, I don't think we started off with you yet. Do you think respect is something parents automatically get, or do this is one of those, Yusuf, get ready. All right, this is definitely clip worthy right now because I want to hear their responses. Okay, do you think respect is something parents automatically get, or do they have to earn it, and why?
That's 100% something that they automatically get because they've gone through so many things to raise you properly and to be the best you really are. So I think that's something they automatically get, and that's something that they never earn.
How about this? Can they earn more of it as time goes on?
No,
It's just automatically there for you.
automatically there.
I also think it's just automatically there because they were the one that birthed me. They took like my mom, she took a lot of time with me in her stomach, and so I think I should automatically give her the respect, and I don't think she can earn more because she has all of my respect.
How about you, Akram?
I feel like 100%. It's cause my mom.
It's okay. Continue. It's all right.
It's cause my mom suffered 9 months for me in her stomach, and then like to me getting screaming at her like it makes me feel sad in me, but like sad in her too, you know. So I feel like 100% respected, nothing more, nothing less, and that's it.
Big Sal.
My parents, especially my mom, deserve my respect. Cause yeah, like what they said, they carried me for like 9 months, and when I yell at them and like stuff like that, it hurts me because they take care of me since I was like 9 months, like 1 year, like 1 month year old, one year. So I feel like they deserve all my respect. That's it.
All right, yeah, y'all definitely was prepared for these questions because y'all answers are, you know what I'm saying. But listen, this is going for the people who don't have the respect for their parents off rip, okay? And you guys should be very glad you were raised in the household the way that you guys were raised, because some households are not raised like that. Like you watch videos of kids cussing out their moms, or kids cussing out their fathers, or saying my father ain't, never been around. Even for the ones that were the fathers or the mothers were maybe not as involved in their kids' lives, you should always still have respect for your parents, no matter what. The only exception I would say is, let's say a parent put you in a situation where you may have been assaulted or something like that, and that is the only thing. If they're not involved, if they're not around, I know it hurts, and you have every right to be upset. What people don't understand is it's okay to be mad. That doesn't mean you still don't respect the people who birthed you. You don't know. People's circumstances may be different. Maybe the father doesn't want the mother to see the kids. Maybe the mother doesn't want the father to see the kids. Every situation might be different. You should always have respect for your parents. And as Islam, your parents are your gateway to Jannah. There's a famous line, the hadith, that says, heaven lies beneath your mother's feet. So ultimately you have to have respect for your parents. That is a no questions, no if, ands, or buts. Now, the reason why I pointed at you and asked you about, do you think the respect is earned more as time goes on? That's the part where I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit, Noor, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, you're already at 100%. You should respect your parents. You should respect your parents. Let's be honest with you. When you're a kid, you have your moments where you're going back and forth with your parents. There's a thing that happens when you become an adult, that you start to realize, you really realize all the things that your parents did for you. See, some of the stuff that you guys mentioned was birthing you and raising you. You guys don't know the stuff that your parents are doing for you this second. Your father's, the male in the household is that guy who's constantly busting his butt so that you live in a warm house, and are being, there's food being served in your house, and making sure that you got shoes and clean hoodies and sweats and all that new gear that y'all love rocking. Your mom is the one who is comforting you, making sure that house is taken care of, making sure she's feeding you. And obviously roles have switched over the years. Might be both sides doing both parties. But the one thing I want to say is, when you have your own kid, someone told me, he's like, you think you respect your parents now? watch when you have your own kid. And I was like, I thought about it. I was like, I see maybe what they're talking about, but now I live it. And you have a kid that comes up to you and talks back to you. And they sit there. You don't do nothing for me. You don't love me. You don't take care of me. And you sit there and you look at him and be like, this was me when I was younger. And now I see why the patience that parents have for their kids. Like, it's the dumbest thing in the world for you to think that your parents don't love you and don't care about you. And so 100% you should always have respect for your parents. But once you become an adult and once you have your own kids, that's when you realize the respect that you have for your parents, the patience that they had for you. Because, I don't know about you guys. I grew up in an 8-kid household. I have 3, and I'm like, I'm done. It drives me crazy already, sometimes. But you have so much more respect for your parents as you get older, and especially when you have your own kids. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go ahead and give a shout out to the Family Doc. Shout out to my man Noor. Said he goes there. Shout out to Dr. Ali and everybody over there at the Family Doc. And then we'll keep things rolling. Shout out to the Family Doc. The Family Doc. Founded in 2021, the Family Doc Clinic and Urgent Care provides comprehensive primary and urgent care services with a patient-centered approach. Their competitive advantage lies in delivering high-quality, flexible care with same-day appointments and walk-in options. So if you twisted your ankle while playing basketball, go to the Family Doc. Your baby has got a cold and you have no scheduled appointment? Go to the Family Doc. With 3 locations in Dearborn Heights, Hamtramck, and Allen Park, the Family Doc team can take care of you anywhere and anytime. So make sure you stop by the Family Doc, where they strive to make healthcare seamless, stress-free, and accessible when patients require it the most. All right, we are officially back. Shout out to these young fellas. I feel like I'm talking a lot, so I'm gonna try to give them their opportunities to speak. Guys, extend your answers, man. Don't be afraid to just, don't be giving no 5-second answers. Extend your answers. So I think everybody has started so far. So Ali, we're coming back to you to start off on this one. What does respect look like to you? Is it just doing chores, or is it how you speak to them, or is it other stuff? What does respect look like to you? That's coming from you, by the way.
Oh, mostly, I think it's like about talking to them. Like, you can lose respect by just like talking to your parents, like talking back to them. And it's also about doing things. Like, you can do something like horribly wrong, and then they'll figure it out, and then
you lie to them.
Yeah.
Use that word, because that irks every single parent's nerves. Okay, I'm sorry. I said I'm not gonna talk too much. Continue on what you're saying, but please, guys, stop lying to your parents. That's the worst thing you can do. Continue on.
When you lie to them, you make it also worse. It's not like if you just tell them the truth, they'll probably like talk to you about it. Like, but when you lie to them, like you lose their respect and you lose their trust.
Give them a round of applause, man. Show's over. They understand. Yalla, everybody go home. All right. Shout out to Ali hyping up the crowd right now. Okay, we'll go to you, Akram. And do you think, or what does respect look like to you? Is it just doing chores, or is it how do you speak to them, or is it everything like even what Ali said?
I feel like respecting is mostly about behavior with your parents and behavior with everything. Doing your chores is a good respect. Not doing your chores is a bad respect. Like, it literally shows it. And then lying is like very, very bad. If you lie to your parents, it's gonna be worse. And then even if you lie and they don't know, like, they will still find out.
All right, Sal, go ahead.
I feel like respect is everything. So, for example, you do something behind their back and they don't know it until they find out. It's like a slap to their face, because they're gonna say like their kid does this, because they're gonna think like their parents aren't raising us right. So I feel like respect is everything. Doing their chores, don't talk back to them, because no matter what, they're your parents.
For sure. How about you, Noor?
In my opinion, I don't think respecting is just doing chores. It's about the actions you make around your parents and with your parents. To be honest, respect is something your parents should always get. It's not something you should take back and then make it for them to earn later. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I'm just gonna add this to the situation about respect, right? My theory about respect is it's not just about what you do with them; it's about what you do behind their backs. It's about how do you carry yourself outside of the home. You know, are you respectful in your classroom? Are you respectful on the basketball court? Are you respectful whenever you meet somebody? You know, these are all things to me that you should consider because that's showing respect for your parents. That's showing respect in the name that you have. You know, so to me, that's what real respect comes from is how you carry yourself outside of the actual home that you are living in with these parents. So at the end of the day, that to me is what shows real respect for your parents is how you carry yourself outside of the home. You know, when you're in school, when you're out in the streets and just hanging out with your friends in the park or at the barber shop or whatever it may be. You know, that's the true sign if you actually respect your parents or not. When you get into an argument with your parents, do you feel like they actually listen to your side? I know we kind of a little bit talked on this, but do you feel like, you know, let's say when you're getting an argument, or let's say when you're explaining yourself. I don't want to say getting in an argument because you probably shouldn't be getting in an argument with your parents. Let's say when you're trying to explain your side of a story that may have happened, do you think they actually listen to you? I'm looking at you, Akram, because starting off with you again.
Yes. They wait. What was the question again?
Do you think that whenever you are explaining stuff, your side of a story, do you think they're actually listening to you?
Yeah, they are. Sometimes,
Okay.
but like mostly, cause like my stories are usually like my bad behavior. So for example, when I get suspended, and then like I tell my side of the story, then like they don't like sometimes they listen, but sometimes they don't.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. When do you know that they're listening and when do you know that they're not listening?
For example, if they say, "Oh, it's okay," or if they don't take my stuff away, stuff like that, or if they don't listen to me, like they get like really pissed and they like do stuff like really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Big Sal. When you get in an argument with your parents or when you have to explain yourself to your parents, do you feel like they actually listen to your side?
It depends what on the situation is. Like for example, you get in trouble in school. They'll ask you what happened, but if you lie about it, and then they find out later, they ain't gonna listen to you anymore because they're gonna say you're a liar and stuff. So I feel like it's like kind of like 50-50.
So let me ask you this, Sal. Maybe this goes for all of you too. What stops you from telling your parents what happened before they find out? Because you probably know that they're going to find out. So what stops you from telling your parents? Because when you do tell your parents before they even hear about it from someone else, there's like a sense of respect there where they at least they came to me and they said it to me before so and so, this random person who might be the counselor or the principal came to me and told me what happened. They had the guts and they had the courage to come to me and tell me. So I guess what stops you guys from going to your parents and telling them, hey, by the way, probably you're going to get a phone call. I did something wrong. I just wanted to let you know. Like, what stops you guys from doing that? And it's okay to say you're scared or something. I mean, it's just if that's what it is.
I feel like the kids feel like they're gonna get in trouble if they
You're going to get in trouble either way, aren't
know.
you?
Yeah, but I feel like they're scared to tell them because they feel like they're gonna get in trouble before they even know it. But like if you wait too long, they're gonna get even more trouble.
All right. So going back to the original question to you, Noor, when you get in a discussion or when you're explaining yourself to your parents, do you feel like they actually listen to your side?
I feel like they do listen to my side, but at the same time, they feel like what they say is way more important than what I say. So they do listen to your side, but at the same time, they don't. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, still,
Yeah.
whatever you say to your parents is important, and it all matters.
Can I say something to that?
What's up?
A good parent, and I'm sure you're raised the way you act, you're raised really well. They are listening. As adults, and we had a show about this where we talked about we do a bad job of listening to our kids. We hear them talking, but are we actually listening? There's a difference. Someone could talk to you for a whole hour, and then you ask them, what was I talking about? And they have no idea what you were talking about because they're not listening. They're just hearing, okay? And our kids are trying to tell us something, and we're so worried about disciplining them that we kind of shut down what it is that you're saying. But a good parent is listening. Another thing we need to work on is we think that we are supposed to make every decision and that we're supposed to immediately discipline or do something when rather that we really should be hearing out the situation, and you might be telling us something that we probably should be hearing. And so, when they hear you out, they have a hard time saying, okay, I was wrong. And I hope as parents, inshallah, you guys are all parents in the future, you can become that parent that admits it. Because I tell my daughters that all the time if I was wrong. I tell them, you know what? You were right and I was wrong, and I'm sorry. My daughters, they don't play around. They demand sorries from me, by the way. Say sorry, Baba. Oh, but I'm sorry. You're right. And so it's nothing wrong with that because you're building that relationship to where you're taking accountability too. It's not all about giving out the discipline every time. Sometimes you got to admit it. And so a good parent is listening. I don't know your situation, so I don't know, but I'm just telling you that don't ever think that all the time they're not listening, because sometimes they are. Ali, let me go to you on this one. When you get into a discussion with your parents or you're trying to explain yourself, do you feel like they're actually listening?
I think they are listening because most of the time when they cut me off, they start talking about what I was saying and what let's say I went and I did something wrong, and I'm telling her that I didn't do it, but then she can tell, and then she'll tell me not to lie. So I think she does listen when we do arguments about whatever I did wrong.
Has there ever been a time where you guys said something to your parents and they're like, you know what? I apologize. I was wrong. You were right. And you're good. Don't worry about it. We're not, you don't have to worry about that no more. Like, honest question. This goes for anybody. If you want to go widescreen on this one, Yusuf, it's more so just any one of you ever ran into a situation like that where your parents were like, you know what? You were right and I was wrong. I apologize. This is not going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? Yes or no? No,
Yeah.
Your silence
That
Yes.
has happened.
that has
Yes.
happened before.
Yes.
So your parents have said, I was wrong,
Yeah.
and they, forgive me, or I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. No, that's great to hear because realistically, that should happen all the time. All right, we're gonna keep it rolling. All right, if you want more freedom, I think this is you on you, Big Sal. If you want more freedom, like a later curfew, which is what you mentioned, or phone time, like Ali mentioned, what is the best way to ask for it without it turning into a fight? So this is for anything. When you want to ask for something, let me hear y'all approach lines to your parents. I want to hear these. This is gonna be funny, and this all should be individual because this is how you guys approach the situation, trying to ask for something. Go ahead, Big Sal. Imagine right now I'm the person who you have to come and talk to. So go ahead, Sal. Don't use my name, but just imagine you can look at me. Is what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm in my room. I come downstairs. You hear the big stomping coming down.
Oh, we already know Big Stomp.
Okay.
Big Stomp coming down.
I say, hey, yo, pops.
What up,
Uh,
Sal?
Can I go with my friends? We're gonna chill, have fun. I'm gonna get taken care of.
Okay, what y'all gonna eat?
Whatever they give me, like, everything,
Huh?
like food.
Oh, they gonna have food?
Yeah.
Okay. How long you gonna be there till?
Probably like 9:30.
Nah. 8 o'clock. You need to be home.
Okay. How about 8:30? Me in the middle.
Okay. That's fine. That's it. That's how you do it.
All right. I'll see y'all later.
All right. Sweet. That's not bad. Simple, quick conversation. All right, Noor, how do you go about asking your family for a situation?
All right. So first, you
Remember, always talking to the microphone.
All right.
Noor, yeah.
All right. So first, you hear me stomping. So that's when my mom pauses her show, cause she already knows she already know I'm gonna walk up to her and ask her something.
Okay.
So I walk up to her. I ask her, "Mom, my friends are hosting a hangout on Saturday. Think I could go?" He's like, "I need to see something from you."
As it like you do something
Yeah.
Like
And I was like,
a good chore or something?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
so I respond, and I'm like, Mom, you remember the other day when I mowed the lawn for you? When I mowed the whole entire lawn? She's like, fine. What time? What time to one time? And I tell her,
Do they
3.
ever ask like who's gonna be there?
Yeah, they do. So first, she's like, what time to what time? That's the first thing she asks. I tell her 3 to 8. She says 8 is too late. I say meet in the middle, 7:30. She's like 7:15. Halas, I go with 7:15. So I go with 7:15, and then after that, she asks who's gonna be there, cause my mom doesn't let me hanging around with kids that don't act good.
Okay, so when you mentioned to your mom Ali Ajourche is gonna be there, does she say, "Oh heck no, we definitely"?
Oh no, she said heck yeah. No, she said heck yeah. I explained to her, Ali Ajourche, King Big Sal.
King Big. Don't call him King, please. Just call him Big Sal.
Big Sal.
Yeah.
Akram, all the boys that she knows, and she lets me. And so then after that, you have to ask her the big question. Since I live far away from all of my friends, you got to ask her the big question. Can you take me there?
Ooh.
Then after that, she
Do
gives
you
me.
save that to last or you save that to first?
Nah, I saved that for last.
Okay.
I
So
saved
what
that
if
for
she
last.
can't take you there? What's option B for you?
Option B is either my siblings if
Okay.
they're not busy. My dad if he's not busy, but if all of them are busy, I just politely tell my friends, yo, I can't come.
Hmm.
But other than that, most of the time she says yeah. So most of the time it's a yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to argue with my mom, so if she says no, it's a no. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's a yeah, and I get to hang out with my friends.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ali, let's hear Ali's approach when asking your parents for a favor or something that you'd want.
Okay, so I would usually go. So if I tell my dad, I already know the answer. It's mostly a no
Why?
because he doesn't like me leaving the house. He likes me leaving the house with him, yeah. But if I tell my mom, it's like there's a higher chance. So I would usually go up to my mom, say, "Hi mama, how's your day? How are you feeling?" And I'll make her coffee, chai, anything, and then I'll ask her the question.
Does she already know you're about to ask her something when you start doing this?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. So I would usually ask her like, "Mama, can I go to my cousin's house? He lives down the street from me." And she's like, "Your cousin's house? It's 7 o'clock. You're supposed to be giving me your phone at 8." And then I would tell her,
That's your sneaky way of still keeping your phone past 8 o'clock. Look at Ali, man.
so I'll tell her I'll be back before 7:45.
Oh, okay.
So then she would be like, "Okay, how are you gonna go there?" She's too tired to take me, so I'd usually just go on my bike, and she's like, I tell her my bike, she's like, "Okay, you need somebody else to go with you." So she calls my brother, and then we have to fit on the bike. That's usually the approach.
Okay. Respectable. I like it. How about you, Akram?
So my dad is sleeping in the bed, right? And then I wake him up, and then
First, let me quick pause. Don't ever ask your parents for something by waking them up. All right, that's my rule
know.
to you. I'm just letting you know that's already a big mistake because
know.
you're waking them up for a favor, unless it's like an emergency. Always try to do it maybe the day before, night before, or maybe when they wake up. You already off to a bad start. You know what I'm saying? But
it's
go ahead,
'cause-
continue.
it's because he knew, but he overslept.
Okay.
So I wake him up, and then I ask him, "Baba, can I go hang out with my friends?" Then he was like, "Huh?" He's like, "Sleep." And then like I ask him again, and then he's like, "Who's taking you?" Then I was like, "You? Who else?" And then he's like, "What? Me? I'm tired." And then since my mom doesn't drive, I ask my friends to take me, and then my friends take me, and then like my dad just lets me go, and that's it.
Let me ask you guys this question: how did you guys come up to this? I'm sure y'all met at Salah's house, so I'm sure that your families all had to take you to Salah's house, or I don't know how far y'all live away from him. Maybe close enough to take a bike or something. But like when you guys asked your parents to do this, was it all smooth sailing, or did y'all have to explain yourselves, or what? Like how did that go?
My dad and mom were like very happy.
Okay,
Mm.
sweet. Glad to hear that. You laughing over there, Ali.
I mean, my mom was like, "Yeah, for sure. If you're going on a podcast, I want to see it." Uh, but I usually, yeah,
Did you
that
tell
was
them what
it.
the topic is about?
Yeah, I told her.
Oh man,
That's why she got happy.
they're excited. How about you, Noor? I
My
mean, I
mom
know.
was my mom was smooth with it. You know what I'm saying? She let me slide because she know I've been on the podcast before.
Yeah.
But I didn't really have to do any explaining. I told her what the topic was, and she was happy with me.
Okay. You already answered, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Sal. I mean, Sal. That's another story for another day. All right. All right. So with that said, believe it or not, we're gonna run our last ad. We're down to our last 3 questions, guys. So let's go ahead and give a shout out to Chillbox. I know these guys be going to the store at Chillbox. Ish is in the back nodding his head. By the way, Ish is how he asks his dad something. Baba, can I go with Saleh to the store? Can I get $10 real quick, Baba? Start scratching his head. That's Ish right there. Shout out to Chillbox, and then we'll keep it rolling. Chillbox. Chillbox Convenience Stores, a proud family-owned business, has established a strong presence throughout Southeast Michigan. Chillbox branded gas partners are Valero, Shell, BP, Amoco, and Sunoco gas stations. Their mission is simple: to deliver fast, friendly, and convenient service to their valued customers. With a wide range of snacks, refreshing beverages, and food options, all offered at competitive prices, they aim to satisfy every craving with a smile. With 40 locations and more coming soon, all across Southeast Michigan, their commitment extends beyond providing convenience. They strive to be a reliable and trustworthy resource for their local communities. So be sure to go chill at Chillbox. All right, so here we go. Let's keep it rolling. We're down to our last third. It's nice to hear these young fellas talk about this conversations. And so, what is one thing you can do this week to show your parents you appreciate them, even if you are annoyed? Noor, I believe we're starting off with you. So, what's one thing that you, not something that you do normally, what's one thing you can go out your way and do for your parents? Forget the even if you're annoyed stuff. Just what's one thing that you feel like you can do that goes out your way to show your parents that you respect them?
One thing I could do to go out of my way to show my parents that I respect them is, you know, for example, my mom, I could go out and buy her flowers, buy her a nice bouquet of flowers. For my dad, you know, I could buy him a new set of cologne, new sweater, you know what I'm saying? Anything he wants, anything my mom wants, and that's really it.
Okay, how about you, Ali? What's one thing you feel like you can do?
I mean, for me, I don't think my mom would like for me to buy something. She would like for me to make something. So like, I'll give her like a little note card saying how much I appreciate her. I'll make her bed. I'll do what she usually does on a daily basis, so she doesn't have to go through the troubles of that.
Love both of those answers. How about you, Akram? What was something that you can do to make them feel like that you respect them? You know, you are reminding them that you respect them.
So I will do their chores, and then like I would give them a note card. I would One time I gave them like money because I did something very bad, and then I would just do everything they do on a daily basis.
And by the way, what you guys are saying, I'm expecting you guys to do it this week. By the way, for your parents, especially like maybe like on the day of the show. You know, you guys go home. They're gonna be like, man, I'm with a guy from Oz Media, man. I don't know what he was telling them, but I like that guy right there. So make sure y'all, you know, we're not just saying this. I want to see you guys doing it. Saleh, what what is one thing you can do this week to show your parents you appreciate them?
My parents, especially my dad, does not want any cologne, no clothes, nothing. He wants me to show him
Show him
how I'm gonna act throughout the whole week.
Yeah.
Not even a week. My past life.
your future life.
Yep.
So what is something maybe that you can do at least this week though? Like let's focus on this week. What's something you can do this week to show your dad that you appreciate him?
Do good in school
Do good in school.
and do my chores and listen to him. That's all he wants.
I like that. I like that. Very simple. You know, it's not complicated. Every one of your answers, I ain't hear nothing complicated. Nobody's saying like, you know, walk 2 miles to do this laundry at a laundry. Like, no, they're not asking for much. It seems like. So, this is a great question as well. This might be a clip. Okay, Ali Ajourche, we're gonna start off with you. How do you rebuild trust after you've broken a rule or you lied? All right. And by the way, just quickly, I didn't talk too much about it. Lying is the worst thing you can do to your parents. Just tell them the truth. They're going to find out. It's best it comes from you. That's the best thing you could do. Tell them the truth, even as much as it hurts you. Guys and girls, there's nobody in this world that's going to love you and take care of you more than your parents. I grew up in a friend phase. I watched my brothers grow up in a friend phase. I know how it is to be with your boys. Y'all think nobody's gonna stop y'all. Y'all the bestest of friends, man. Nobody can tell y'all nothing. Oh my God. I promise you, nobody's gonna care about you and take care of you more than your parents. So don't lie to them. Tell them the truth. They will discipline you, but they will do their best to help you get through whatever problem that you're dealing with. With that said, how do you rebuild trust after you've broken a rule or lied?
I mean, for me, rebuilding trust with, like, for my mom, rebuilding trust is going to take a long process. So after, like, let's say I lied, like, I would probably, like, start telling her the truth about everything. And then she'll probably, like, say, like, he probably, like, figured out to not lie anymore to her. So then, yeah, that's it.
Can I ask you an honest question? Do you think you have your mom's trust?
Yes.
Okay. Akram, how do you rebuild trust after you've broken a rule or lied?
So just don't lie again, because I've lied a lot to my mom and to my dad. So like the only way to regain it is not lie. And then and you can give them like a favor, make them coffee, make them a little treat.
Do you think that you have your parents' trust?
Yeah, I do.
Big Sal, how do you rebuild trust after you've broken a rule or lied?
Uh,
Speak up too, by the way.
just showing them that I won't do it again. Do what I have to say. Do the chores. Listen to them, and think about what I did. Like for the past week, I'll think about, damn, I messed up on that. I don't know. I lied to my parents. But yeah, just don't lie to my parents. I think I have their trust.
All right, and then Noor, how do you rebuild trust after you've broken a rule or lied?
So look, I'm gonna be honest. We all lied before when we were kids, and
You're still gonna lie.
Yeah,
You're still gonna lie in the future.
It's still gonna
It's
happen.
gonna happen. Just cut it off as much as you can and limit it as much as you can.
Yeah.
Realistically, you really don't have to lie to nobody, to be honest with you. Nobody, no one you should fear. Your parents obviously only fear Allah. That's the really only people you should ever fear. So really, if you don't fear nobody, what are you lying for? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest. I can't really lie because my mom, she knows when I lie. So once I lie, it's it's technically over for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But other than that, if you want to rebuild your trust once you lie, to be honest, it's just about like thinking about the decision you made about lying, and it's really about like having discipline. Doing things to rebuild that trust.
So let me ask you this question: do you feel like you have your parents' trust?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. What's one advice you would give someone your age, which is middle school, 8th grade? I think everybody, right? 8th graders.
Yeah.
We got a little 7th grader in the back right there. So what's one advice you would give someone your age about how they should treat their parents? Akram, I think it comes back to you. We'll start off with you on this one. So Akram, what's one advice you would give to somebody your age about how they should treat their parents?
I think you should treat your parents with more respect, less behavior.
Bad behavior.
Yeah, bad behavior. And then just like most people these age, like they do like a lot of bad stuff. So like I would recommend like just less bad behavior, more respect towards your parents, and then just like don't do bad stuff. And that's it.
Big Sal, what advice would you give someone your age about how to respect their parents?
The advice I would give is be respectful. Don't lie to your parents because they care so much for you. They care so much for you. You don't know what they do for you because you think that they don't care, like, after you argue with them. But you don't know what they're doing right now. Like, for example, you're doing the podcast right now. What are they doing right now? Probably paying the bills, doing whatever they can to make you feel good.
Working, making money, getting food ready for you,
Over for me.
getting your teddy bear ready for you so you can take a nap in the midday.
Because a long time ago, I used to be 80 pounds on the scale. But I don't know how about now.
Right, you're 40 pounds on the scale right now.
Shout out to Big Sal. Noah, What's one advice you would give to someone your age about how they should treat their parents?
Some advice that I would give to someone my age is the same advice that you've been basically talking about: behavior, respect. Make sure you're taking care of them. You know what I'm saying? Um, because you never know, Allah la God, you never know when you're gonna lose your parents. You know what I'm saying? And they've gone through so much to make you be the best you are, and just for you to go out and do things that don't fit you. Basically breaking what your parents made you for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that,
All right.
Yeah.
And how about you, Ali? What's one advice you would give to someone your age about how they should treat their parents?
I would give them like some advice about like you should like stop talking back to your parents, because that's like when they raised you to be like a good person, not to be like talking back to them, talking back to your elders, you know? So when you talk back to them, they really think how they raised you and what happened wrong. And I think they should also stop lying to their parents, because most people this age would start lying to their parents. And that's it.
My advice to you, middle schooler who is watching and want to know something, is listen. You know, listen. If you listen to your parents, the lying will go away. The bad behavior will go away. Your parents are trying to, you are put in a situation where you have somebody in your life, and this is not going to always be there for you. Whether your parents grow old or you move to another state or another country because your job requires you to do it, all you're limited to is a phone call to your parents. And Allah laqal, we all know that we are not going to be here forever. So at this time, Allah has blessed you with a person in your life who cares about every single little detail about your life, and they want to support you in every single way. And in return, what you do is you don't listen to them. So all you have to do is listen to them, and I promise you, you'll be guided on the right path and on the right track. They are doing whatever they can to make sure you are living a better life than they did. You are not going to run into anybody in this world. I don't even care about your future spouse or anyone. No one is going to want what's best for you 24/7 more than your parents. So listen to them, and respect will come along with listening to them. All right? So, as we prepare our final word and final comments, I just want to say this one more time. How you can follow us. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Apple, and Spotify podcasts, all under Oz Media. You can find all those platforms on our website at ozmedia313.com. Shout out to the sponsors: Juice Box, Holy Bowly, Wingfellas, Bates and Mocha, Chill Box, Melika Kebab, Hanley International Academy, The Family Doc, GEE Preparatory Academy, and Royal Kebab. We appreciate them. Final words, final comments. Sal, it's on you.
At the end of the day, your parents will always be there for you, no matter what. Y'all might have good friends, but no one will be better than your parents, especially your mom and dad, because they care for you so much. They do everything what you need for. See these clothes I have on? Because of my parents. Because of my parents. These clothes on.
All right, Noor. Final word, final comments, anything you want to say. It doesn't have to necessarily be about parents. It could be about anything.
Final word. At the end of the day, your parents are literally what you are. They're your gateway, as you said, they're your gateway to Jannah. And at the end of the day, just respect them. It's very simple to just do one thing that automatically gives them your respect. And that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
That's all they care about.
Yeah.
Ali,
Uh,
any final words, final comments?
Final comments.
Yeah.
I just think that everybody should just like start appreciating everything they have and start being grateful, like what the clothes you have on, the food that's on the table, because most people or some people don't have that. And I just think everybody should appreciate what they have.
And then Akram, final word, final comments.
I think parents should be respected, and then they made you, so like there's no reason to get mad at them. And then I have clothes, I have everything that I want. So like there's no point of getting mad at them when I have everything that I need. And just for one simple argument that's not even like a big deal. And like yeah, that's it.
Yusuf, I just want to say this: all these guys are maybe young teens, early teens, late preteens, and kudos to these guys. Give them a round of applause, Yusuf, for coming on the show. For Akram and for Ali, this was their first one. For Nuh, this was his second one. For Saleh, I don't know if this was like your third or fourth one.
Seven.
Third. Oh, fifth.
Four.
Okay, big Sal, man, keeping track. That boy Sal go home and watch only his
Legs.
episodes on Oz Media. That's all he does.
Legs.
Shout out to these fellas. I'm proud of them for coming on this show. It's not easy. I have adults who tell me they have butterflies before doing the show. They get so worried and scared about saying the wrong thing. These guys said what they had to say, so kudos to these guys. Sal, I thought you said you're going to give a shout-out. It's the time. Give y'all shout-outs. Say hello to whoever it is I need to say to. Let them know, like, hey, man, I gave you a shout-out. You know what I'm saying? So, Sal, who'd you say you wanted to shout-out, man?
Shout out to my friends. Shout out to my family, especially my parents. Shout out to my friend, for my boy. Everyone calls Abu Eggs.
Why he ain't come on the show? He wasn't, he ain't make the cut?
Nah, he ain't there yet.
Okay. He ain't there yet.
Yeah.
Any other shout outs y'all want to say?
Yeah.
Feel free to do it.
Yeah, shout out to my mom.
Shout out to his mom. Shout out to mom.
Shout out to my parents and shout out to my siblings for taking care of me. You know what I'm saying, bro?
There we go. Akram, any shout outs you want to say?
Shout out to my friends, my family, everything.
All right.
Okay, I have one more.
Yep, go ahead.
Shout out to my cousin Abu Musa.
There we go. Shout out to Abu Musa. Thank you guys for watching. This was season 5, episode 15 of Oz Media's Motivate Me 313 podcast. How to talk to parents without fighting. We had Ali, we had Noor, we had Sal, and we had Akram. I am your host, Omar T. We hope that you enjoy this episode, and we will see you all next week. Have a great rest of your day.